Okay. Assalamu Alaikum and welcome to the Insight Sphere, where we explore minds that shape narratives and ideas that move societies. I am your host Iram Mushtaq, and today I am honored to be in conversation with a distinguished voice in media and public discourse, Mr. Omer Farooq. With over 2 decades in media, public relations, and communication, Mr. Farooq has worked behind powerful stories, public campaigns, and national conversations. Today, we dive deep into his journey from media rooms to meaningful reforms and from storytelling to the philosophy behind it. So, welcome, Sir Umar Farooq, on my show, The Inside Sphere. Please tell your introduction to our audience so they can know more about you from your side. Over to you, sir. Introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Miss Iram. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's a great honor that you have invited me in your show. Currently, I am associated with a private group as a content writer. And you said it quite right that I have a diversified experience in PR, communication, and media and strategic communications. So, what can I tell about me? If you ask me, I can tell you.
Okay, sir, I will ask question from you. My first question to you is your career path shows a significant journey from traditional media like radio to digital content creation and social media management. What was the most impactful challenge you faced in this transition, and how did your experience in radio prepare you for the digital landscape?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, Miss Iram. Um, yes, this transition was great, interesting, and I was very fascinated during the transition of this, which you are telling me from radio to the digital media. Um, yes, it wasn't easy but there was one thing which I could say that on radio, I learned a thing or two about how to connect people without showing yourself to them. There is no picture on radio, and radio is all about voice, sound, and how you connect with them through your sound. For example, if I am talking to you, and if people can't see me, this is exactly radio is all about. So what you listen on radio is the key to everything, because you don't have any support of picture. So what I learned from there is how to connect with the people. Uh, that connection with the people during my radio years actually helped me when I was in the transition phase from radio to the social media. In simpler words, I could say that reaching to the people, radio actually taught me how to reach to the people. And digital media, as compared to radio, is quite easier. So, radio, in a way, helped me. What I learned from there, how to reach to the people, how to communicate with them, this all helped me a lot from getting transitioned from radio to digital media. That is actually the answer to your first question, ma'am.
Okay, sir. From your answer, I understand that the communication building with people from radio is more beneficial, more actual, or more best as compared to digital media. And radio is the real tool for the communication with the people. Is it right?
Uh, since my background has everything to do with the radio, so I actually described my case here. Yes, people from different backgrounds join digital platforms. Not everyone has, and not everyone had this Facebook account back in 2007, if they were born at that time. I mean. But then they learned how to get on this platform, which is called social media. Back in my time when we were young, we were exposed to one medium only, and that was television. So if there were six people in the room, they all have one opinion because we only have one channel to make our opinions from. But compared to that time, because I consider myself a lucky generation, a generation which have seen the last century, and we are going through this century as well. So I call myself a lucky person in that sense. So in that time, we have a one platform, and we six people have a collective opinion. But now we have so many platforms. Everyone is holding a mobile phone in their hands, so everyone has a different opinion. So people are coming from all diversified backgrounds towards digital media. So I, for one, if you ask me, as I have said earlier, that what I learned from radio, I already had an experience to connect with the people. I know how to communicate with the people. That helped me a lot when I came on this digital format, which you call the social media platform, because it's all about connecting with the people. So I had a experience in how to connect with the people. That experience actually helped me on this digital media platform. Well, whereas the people from newspaper, television, they're also on digital media. So digital media, the main thing about if I tell you what is adaptability, adaptability is to switch what people can easily fit in. So digital media is actually getting famous because anyone from any background can join this. So it was a not very difficult for me to join this media platform. Yeah.
Okay, sir, I'm moving toward my next question. That is, in your role as a content writer, and I saw your certificate, and I will try. Maybe I can show on my screen your certificate. And media strategist at Vision Group, you were responsible for creating content for the Istehkam Pakistan Party. How do you approach creating content that is both politically aligned and engaging for a public audience?
That's a very interesting question actually, and thank
And
you very
please,
much for.
before your answer, I cut your answer. Please tell me what is the Istekam party. I don't know about it. Please introduce me. What is this?
Istehkam Pakistan Party is a party which talk about. I mean, there are people in Pakistan who are really worried about what's going on, and they feel disconnected from the mainstream narrative. So Istehkam Pakistan Party is here to build that confidence among the masses, so they have that confidence and trust on their representative once again. And in that gap, there is a certain things which people like employment, like inflation. So this party is actually is there to address all the concerns of the people. So we, as a content writer in this group, our purpose or our objective is to make and realize people what this party is all about, and we do this all day through our content, because this is the main thing about content. Content is something which people want to hear, people want to listen, and if people are somewhere in a clutter, the content should be stood out in a sense that people listen to that content. So what we do all day is like image building of a certain political party, which you have mentioned is the Kame Pakistan Party. We build a soft image of that party, and we make people let them know what is the objective of this party and how can it help them in a longer run. So this is all about this party. As far as the content writing is concerned, which you have earlier asked in your kind question, content writing should be simple. It should be audible in a sense that people could easily absorb it, and people when listening to the content they feel comfortable about it. As far as the generation of the content is concerned, it should be simple, more towards people. And for that purpose, it's important that the content should be simple, in the simple language, what people could understand. And what we do is to grip the difficult thing, like the policies and the objectives, and we simplify it, and we convert it into a pictorial form, into the documentary form, into the word form, into the blog forms, because there are so many ways of how to communicate with the people. So we almost adopt all the communicative ways, and the purpose of our content is to reach to the maximum number of people. And we use different platforms like Insta, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, you name of it. So the purpose of the content should be, it should be simple. It should be a lingua franca so that people could understand it easily. It should be comfortable, and it should be to the point. This is what we do, and this is what I do for a living. In fact, yeah.
Okay, a very impressive answer. Otherwise, you give me answer which the content writing become too easy and for me to understand. I'm moving toward my next question. That is, you have a master's in economics from the University of the
Yeah.
Punjab. How has
Yeah.
your economic education influenced your approach to media strategy and communication, particularly when dealing with complex topics like privatization policies?
Uh, I wasn't actually expecting this question. This is a difficult question. How economics helped me in content writing, and one answer could be that economics, it's all about digits, figures, diagrams, shapes, equations, and complex ideas like macroeconomics. Like when you talk about macroeconomics and microeconomics, we are all about this inflation, cost and demand and supply, and stagnation, and economy, and all these things. So, what I could say is that economics actually helped me in a sense that the complex ideas which I studied in economics, like the about money, about privatization, about the macroeconomic policies, fiscal policies, monetary policies. Those complex ideas actually help me a lot right now in my field. To me, in a sense, for example, last time we had a session of programs on privatization, as our minister, honorable minister for communication, has that had that portfolio on privatization. So a very hot topic at that time was PIA privatization, and still government is going through the utility stores privatization. So this is what I read. All of this I read in economics. So now when I write a content, whenever I prepare a content, all those things which are my foundation as a master's in economics, that help me a lot. So you could say, in a sense, what I read in economics is now helping me in my content writing. When I talk about the complex ideas like macroeconomics and microeconomics. So economics is very helpful. And by the way, economics is a very interesting subject. So, for example, the idea about capitalism, socialism, we have studied all this in economics. Now, when we talk about, because as a content writer, I tell you one thing about content writing is not an easy job. I mean, in a sense, yes, anyone can do it, but doing it in a proper way is, and in a professional way, is a different thing altogether. For that, you have to be very well read. You should have a knowledge about certain things, and if you are associated with a political party, then you should have a political know-how as well. Only then you would be able to create a content that would be absorbable to the people. They can absorb it, and then they can later reflect it. And my job specialization is this: I am kind of a guy who is associated with a political party content writing, and I have economics masters in my hand. So this all helped me a lot whenever I try to create my content. So I make it easy. I make things easy for the people so they could understand what's going on, like IMF and all that stuff, Yeah.
Okay, sir, I understand from your answer that the making the content according to the people, or the content which people want to hear or listen or read, is very difficult job. It is very difficult job to make a content like this. So I'm moving toward my next question, that is, okay, as a media consultant for the Directorate General Public Relation (DGPR), you advised government departments on media and public relations strategies. Can you share an example of a successful public awareness campaign you managed and the key strategies that made it effective?
Yeah, that's another very good question. My life and my times at DGPR were very interesting. DGPR, Directorate General Public Relationing, as the name mentions, it was all about public relationing. I was kind of a guy who was needed in a particular situation. In a sense that there were a gap of communication between the radio industry and the government at that time. Uh, Radio, it's a big medium. You can't say that it's not people are not listening it. You can't say that because every time when you move to Boulevard, Wilbergman Boulevard, you see thousands of cars moving there, and there are every car has a radio playing in the cars, different FM channels, day and night, night and day. They are playing the songs and what people want to hear. So when there is so much, so droves of people, are listening to a certain media, it's not possible for any source or the news agency not to reach there. But there was a gap because there was a person required who could talk between government and the radio industry. Because I had a very large, you could say, a very a background that I had with radio industry, like 20 to 25 years. So I had a great PR there. And what I did actually, I took the government message and I took it to the radio channels, and we actually designed different sort of sound campaigns so that we could reach to maximum people. Uh, that helped us a lot because in cars there is no TV, and in cars there is no newspaper. The only medium which is playing in the cars is the radio. So what we did, we took the government message to the radios and we directly took it to the people. As far as you asked me if I did any campaign or sort of, yes, I remember one campaign, particularly on these seasons. I did so many campaigns during that time, but a particular campaign which I remember right now is was a campaign on smog. Smog is actually it's a modern day phenomena when a yellowish cloud, lingers and hovers over the city, and it's not easy for people to breathe, and it causes upper tract infections and all, what you name of it. So it was very important at that time so that we could tell people what to do. So we devised so many ways to how to reach people. I mean, I at that time I had PRs with the secretaries, with the ministers, and the people concerning departments of like director journals and all that. What I did, I talked to the radio stations that why not design programs so we could reach to the larger number of people, as radio is played all over Pakistan, especially the rural areas. And at that time, the stubble burning phenomena was very in, because the farmers, they used to burn the roots of the field so they could have the fresher roots. So the smoke that arises
Yes.
was actually increasing the smog at that time. So we,
Right.
in fact, through our radios, we did great job in a sense that we taught people that smoke is dangerous. It increases
Mm-hmm.
the smoke, and it's not
Air
easy for
pollution.
everyone to
Mm-hmm.
breathe. Yeah. So I could
Right.
say there was a element of humanity in my job. When I was doing that thing, I was helping humanity in a way or sort of that thing. So I am really happy that I did a few things in my life which helped people in so many other ways. Then there was environmental campaigns. Then there was
Mm-hmm.
COVID. COVID was a great experience at that time. It was
Mm.
impossible for human beings to move around, but radio,
Yes.
it was very easy for us to tell
Yes.
people what to do, and we used like stream yards and radio programs to tell people what to do. So it was such a wonderful experience working in that phase. I could write a book on that if you
Mm-hmm.
would ask.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay, sir, can you tell me, did you do any educational campaign on that time? Any
yeah.
example for
Obviously,
education?
yeah, yeah. The experience I just shared with you, like the one vis-a-vis the smog thing and the environment thing and the COVID thing. These were all health related issues, So anything which is health related and which you are telling people what to do is education. So
Okay.
we taught
Awareness,
people,
common
actually
people
we
awareness.
taught people. Yes, the awareness is
Hmm.
all about education.
Yes,
So
yes,
we
right.
gave awareness to the people what to do during the days of COVID and during the days of the
Smoke.
smog days. Smog is, again knocking at our doors. November is almost here, and
Yes.
during the mid-November, smog is on its peak. So
Hmm.
we did that. Yeah, I did that through using radios and different ministers and director generals. We all went to the radio stations which were, I mean, listened in Multan or Dera Ghazi Khan, Dera Ismail Khan, all four corners of Pakistan. So yeah, we raised awareness campaigns and we educated people. This was your
Okay,
question
sir.
actually. Yeah.
Thank you for your answer. We will move toward our next question. That is, uh, okay, your CV or resume highlights your skills in bilingual English and Urdu content creation. How do you adapt your content and messaging to be effective for different linguistic audiences, especially when communicating on behalf of government initiatives?
I think you have designed very difficult questions here, but it's fun.
Okay,
It's
sir.
fun,
I'm really sorry. Next time we will meet, I will
No,
design the
no, no,
questions
no, no,
more
no, no.
easier than
You
that.
no,
Actually,
no.
I use the
You shouldn't.
artificial intelligence for making these questions. You know that. So
Okay, okay.
AI helped me to create the more
Yeah,
interesting and
wonderful.
more
Yeah,
logical
yeah, yeah.
questions to
But
ask from you.
but the
Beside that,
but these are really but these are really interesting questions
oh,
because
thank you, sir.
these
Thank you.
questions are really opening me up. What I didn't know about myself today, I'm telling everyone this I did, and I'm feeling really surprised I did that. Anyways, since Miss Iram, that पंजाबी साडी ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਮਦਰ ਟੰਗ ਹੈ तो घर ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲਨੇ ਆ तो ਪੰਜਾਬੀ I know or Urdu is a lingua franca, is my home tongue, is my mother tongue. And we all learn English in order to get jobs, frankly speaking, in order to read, and in order to travel abroad. So English is
And
mandatory.
in order to
So
perform or show ourselves rich, you can say in our society, the people mostly prefer language English to show themselves a
yeah.
more higher. Uh, but I fail.
That is one way to say that. But there is a huge world out there which understands English only. So if we coming back to your question, uh, my knowledge of English, my knowledge of Urdu, my knowledge of Punjabi extremely helps me whenever I write content, you know, because when I have to talk about like something awami, something for people, for common man, for layman, my Urdu and my Punjabi help me to write a certain sort of content. as when I write blogs in English, or when I have to create content for English websites, or when I have to talk to community on social media, because social media has narrowed the world. Now I have friends whom I haven't met ever, but they are my friends on social media. They speak English only, you know. So here my knowledge of English helps me a lot. I sometimes like consider Pakistan a brand, for example. Uh, we have to fight Pakistan's fight on so many fronts, you know. For example, last time we had this skirmishes or a war with India, our case was very strong. But if we hadn't
Right.
been aware of English, we wouldn't be able to fight our case on international forums.
No, no,
So
sir.
you
You can
remember
say
that,
that if we do not use English, no one can listen us. They are not ready to listen us if we not speak in English. It is the true picture of the world for us. Am I right?
exactly. The reason is their language is English. They can't understand Urdu. So you have to talk in English in order to tell them what you think, how you think. But people, since people are like coming from every side and telling you this and that and that and that. So if you know this medium of English, you can go out and tell people and talk to them. This is how I think, this is what I feel, this is the reality, and this is all this and that. So, since I have command over English and Urdu and Punjabi, I can speak, write, and fluently say my things in this in these three languages. So it's very easy for me whenever I have to write a certain content for a certain segment of the society, be it A class, B class, C class, D class, because you know a younger generation is dwelling on Instagram, so I have to write into their language, whereas a certain C or D class actually dwell upon on TikTok. So their Punjabi मेरी help कर देंदी है, काफी मदद कर देंदी है उत्ते. And whenever I have to talk about something like policy or something very difficult or a complex idea, there is always English there, which helps me to write a lengthy columns, lengthy blogs, which reaches to the international community. As I have on my Facebook so many times recommended that there must be some English based television channels so that people all over the world could understand our point of view, our communication, and they must know how Pakistani is feeling, what is the modern face of Pakistan, how we feel, what we are, and we are not backward, we are modern, and we love life and all that stuff. But for that, you need to be saying all this in English so that there should be a soft image of you in the Western world. So English, Urdu, and Punjabi, my three skills help me a lot whenever I write the content which is more towards people, you know. Yeah.
Okay, sir. You give answer of my question very smoothly and very simple answer here. So
Yeah.
I'm moving toward my next question. That is, you have a strong background in sales and public relations for various radio stations, including FM 100 and Must FM 103. How did your
Yeah.
experience in building relationships with government officials and corporate clients inform your later work in media strategies and public relations?
Very interesting, very lengthy question. Actually, my whole experience lies in between these two questions. Um, I learned developing public relationing and making contacts with people during my radio years. You call it marketing, since marketing is a very interesting field. It covers advertising, sales, promotions, and everything. PR is one of the branches of marketing. So I loved marketing through and through. And it was, you would say, I was very fond of meeting people, new people. Just like we have met on Facebook, and you literally asked me we should go for an interview and like that. So this is kind of the public relationing I had in my blood since my childhood. So this thing helped me in my radio service as well. I made contacts. When I made contacts, I did this, that these contacts helped me yeah, in DGPR. So I knew how to deal with the people and how to make new contacts, how to go through and through, through and through. So I knew how to win people's trust. So that particular thing, uh, building a trust between these two peoples is what public relationing is all about. So what I learned and did in my radio years actually helped me to do this PR thing with the people. So that trust which I won actually now helped me to write the content because I know how to connect with the people, how to communicate with the people. This is what you learn in your PR life. This is what you learn in your communication. You know, communication is all about how you communicate your message to the other person. This is PR and this is communication, and how effectively you put it through is what marketing is all about. So I was going in all these three, four directions with my languages and with my skills. Now, when I write something that obviously I keep in mind all the people I have met through all my life. And when I write, I keep that certain segment of the society in my mind before creating the content. So yeah, the thing which I learned in radio industry, PR, sales, and this making connection with the people through trust is helping me a lot right now. Yeah.
Okay, sir, I am moving toward my favorite question. Okay, that is.
I hope it's not
uh,
difficult. No.
No, no, sir. No. My purpose to meet you or ask you a question is to explore yourself, your experience, and your journey and your ideas, to learn from you. You are a
I am
person
enjoying.
who
Thank
has
you.
too much experience in the world, and you are a precious person for me, or the generation of the
Thank
people
you very much.
like me.
Yeah.
So you must answer our questions, and it is a
Sure, man.
pleasurable thing for me.
Sure. At your
Okay, sir.
service.
The question is, based on your diverse experience from radio programming to managing digital content, where do you see the future of media consumption heading in Pakistan, especially for younger generations?
Yeah, wonderful. I was young once. Some 20, 25, 30 years ago, I was very young. I had black hairs and all that stuff. So at that time, we were always asking ourselves, what would be future look alike? So here I am with an experience of 2 centuries, one I have crossed through and the other one I am living through. So what I could tell you from my experience is that what we thought uh, and what we see right now is not much very different. We heard in our childhood stories that there would be times when people would be teleported, transferred from one place to another without wasting much time. We could talk to each other, but then came 1990s, 2000s, when we heard that there is a document which could, which could be transferred from when you insert into the machine and it goes on the other side of the world. That thing was later called fax machine. Then came 2000. We never heard of this mobile phone thing. We had this ring phone, dial a phone and talk to the person. But now we have mobile phones. We don't need wires anymore. We don't need. I mean, mobile phones actually frees you from being immobile. You can move wherever you like, wherever you want to go. Mobile helps you go there and talk to anyone you like. So this wasn't possible in the last century. Now coming to your part of the second part of your question. What I see in future, I once attended a focus group that was very long time ago. They asked a simple question to the members: what would be the alternate of television in 21st century? As I told you, I am from the last century, so at that time it was 21st century. So they all were agreed upon something cool, and that was like, imagine 25 and 30 years ago. They said there won't be any alternative of television. Alternative of television for in that time wasn't thinkable. They said for anything you go out, television would provide you that thing in your homes. So that was the future of the television at that time. For example, if you wanted a pizza or you wanted a burger or a sandwich, you touch the screen of the television and they connect you to the wholesaler, retailer, or the service provider, and they will bring you the pizza at your home. So that was the future of television we thought of. And look at now, after 30 years down the road, I am here, and we can just simply order to Food Panda or anyone on our mobile phones, and the food comes to your home. So that was the future of the television. We were so right. We were so damn right at that time, 30 years ago, that this would be the future of the television. So if you ask me what would be the future of the media, I would say the thing we have right now would be the future of media. Digital media would be more advanced. There will be touchscreen is already here, wires no more required. We just need signals. So signals must be more smarter. Battery lives would be more, more longer, and mobile phones would be more sleeker, simpler, and transparent in nature. Maybe you have something. The watch I have right now, this could be your mobile phone. You would talk to someone. As I was listening the other day, the Meta, the Facebook CEO has introduced the glasses where you can talk to your thumbnails and all, read your messages. So this is the future. Actually, we are living in a future right now. But because what I say right now, this will be considered as a past after 10 minutes. So right now we are talking about future. We are in the future right now. So the future of this media will be media, but in a more advanced form, more developed form. It would be touch screens. It will be like what I am feeling right now. It would be visualized. It would be automated thingy is still here. AI robots are still there. They are doing the marketing. This is future. I mean, this is the future, and everyone like us, the entrepreneurs or the businessman, they should be thinking, if I engage that person, where my business would be after 20 years. So the future is this: the media will be here, we will be here, but things will be in a different shape, faster, smarter, and more helpful to you. Yeah.
But I feel that the future of this media may be more accessible to all the people and more connected to all the people on the world with each another so softly, so easily, and we can be reachable to each and every person. But it is
True.
also a dangerous thing in a sense. We must use the blockchain technology for this, for our security and for our safety. Within a 2 years or maybe a 2.5 year, we can face many threats from different sides, which I read on different articles. So it is a different topic. I'm moving toward my question. That is okay. Your extracurricular activities include running a YouTube channel where you review books on philosophy and history. How do you find the
Yeah.
time to pursue this passion, and do you feel the skills you use in your professional career are also applicable to your personal content creation?
Yeah, actually, reading is something I used to do since my childhood. Uh, when people used to give me gifts like books, so that thing came into my blood as well. Yes, that is besides the degree books I am talking about, not the degree books, not the books I read in school. I'm talking about the big books which were other than the course books. So yes, philosophy is my very is a subject which I am so much interested in, because it talks about freedom, it talks about life, it talks about so many other things, and I find it so much interesting. Book reading is my passion. I have so many books in my library, if you could say that. You can see lots of books behind me as well. Yes, I run a YouTube channel. Since pages are dying, they are getting yellow. So I thought to initiate a channel in order to preserve what I have read in a video format. So I have done programs on different philosophers from medieval period, from Middle Ages to the modern period, and there are so wonderful people. They teach you a lot. They teach you a lot. They taught me about freedom, about life, about passion, about so many questions which I was always looking for, and they are there. So I would recommend everyone to read the books, at least the books which are beyond your course books. Yeah, the philosophy books I read and the classical novels I read. I like Russian literature a lot, and what I have read about the life and the freedom and about people's thought and how people think, I have learned it a lot from the books, and that actually reflects into my content. And whenever I write or whenever I write on social media, that things comes into my writings, because what you read is reflected in your writings. What you consume comes out of your mouth. So what I read, they taught me a lot. Books taught me a lot about language, about philosophy, about history, about DNA, where do we belong, where we have come from, and the most of thing, interharmony. So there are lots of things. I'm so thankful to the books I have read and the writers who have written those books. Those That literature and that knowledge helps me a lot in my content creation. Yes, you're right.
Okay, sir, I'm moving toward my last question, that is, given your extensive and varied career from sales and media associate to content writer and media strategist, what is the most important lesson you have learned about building a long term successful career in the media industry?
Hmm. Hmm. Good question. Good question. Ma'am, I think uh, what the the most effective communication, you would say, or the most seductive thing is communication. When two people talk, when they two people communicate, this is the most powerful thing. You know, uh, and how do communication involve and evolve? Communication evolve through trust and through confidence. Or and facing difficulties and all that things. So what I have learned in my 30 years and 35 years of experience is how to be trusted and how to trust people, how to communicate and how to be communicated. And I have faced many challenges in my life. I have used different mediums. Radio was a very difficult medium, and a social digital media is a very difficult medium as well. Insta has its own language, YouTube has its own language, LinkedIn and Twitter, all have their different language, and you need to be very skillful in order to be um, listened, in order to be heard, if you want to be heard on these social media platforms. So my thing, if you ask me what I like or what I have learned, is how to is how to communicate, is how to build a trust among each other. So this is what helps you a lot. And this is what I have learned in all those 30 years. That's why I took a PR job. That's why I took a consultant job. That's why I took a marketing guy. And now I am a content writer. These are all different fields. These are all diversified fields. So one thing which was common in all these things was a element of trust, honesty, and dedication and discipline. And these things are not wrong, they stand correct. So I think this is what I want to tell to the younger generation and people like you, that honesty, dedication, reading, commitment, these are the great virtues, and everyone should learn how to be how to you know how to be master in these skills. This is what I could say. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for your precious
Thank you,
time
ma'am.
and your answers. And I like your answers too much, and I learned from you
Same here, madam. I
too
like your
much.
questions as well.
Okay, and I commit to you that we will meet again on social media virtually, and I will also give you different questions, and you will give me answer, and you will give me
Sure, ma'am.
chance to learn many things. Okay,
Sure.
take care to my audience.
You
Till
too.
then, take care
Thank
yourself.
you, ma'am.
Take care yourself.
Take
I
care,
will
ma'am.
come again
Allah
with
Hafiz.
another guest. Till then, take care
Inshallah.
yourself. Allah Hafiz. Bye bye. Let me
Allah
end my
Hafiz.
stream.